Can you keep a secret? I found a book recently. I mean, the pages are old and yellow and a bit water damaged. It was in my new house, wedged between an old dresser and a wall. It details the life of someone who lived here before I did. I think it was a teen girl, but I found two names in the book that came up the most: Jack and Alex. There was so much about him, and it got really gruesome. It all started for her on October 9th, and ended on June 1st of the next year. Dear Diary, October 9th. It's my birthday, and you were my present. I am 14 years old. I live in a sleepy town, and not much happens here. But sometimes I feel like something is coming. Something big. It may just be nothing, because nothing happens here. She doesn't put her name. I wonder why. Dear Diary, October 11th. There's a new kid in my English class. His name is Jack. He seems pretty cool and really smart and really handsome. And as it turns out, he shares my math and biology class as well. I got elected to show him around after school by Jessica Packer and her giggling little idiots because, and I quote, she doesn't have a life or friends anyway, so she'll have like a lot of time. God, Jessica is such an idiot. I wish she would just disappear. But anyway, I showed him around and we got milkshakes at the little diner on the corner. I got a banana one and he got a chocolate. We stayed out pretty late just talking. He wanted to know everything about me in the town, so I told him. I got home at 8:30 and God were my parents mad. After I told them that I was showing a new kid around and that we got caught up talking, they went easy on me and only grounded me for 2 days instead of a week. So yay! Wow. Just wow. Dear Diary, October 15th. Jack wants me. He wants to be my friend. I can't believe it. Jake, the new popular kid, wants to be my friend. I'm so happy. Jack is just so cool and smart. And to top it off, he likes me. After a couple lines, the girl wrote in, oh, I forgot to mention, Jessica was gone today, which is weird. She usually never misses a day. Oh well, my lucky day, I guess. I think she was in a rush. It's kind of hard to read. Dear Diary, October 24th. Our homeroom teacher told us that Jessica has been reported missing. I feel so bad for her parents and her boyfriend, Alex. Alex and I used to be close when we were in elementary school, but in middle school, Jessica moved here and stole Alex from me. They must be so upset. Alex and some of Jessica's gang is gone now, too. I guess they're mourning. I tried to talk to Alex yesterday, but he was too distraught. He really does love her. But in other news, Jack's the best friend I could ever hope for. He's a dream come true. Jack says he's ready to open up to me more. I can't wait. Wow, this girl is rude. I know she didn't like that Jessica girl, but at least she could hope she's alright, or something. Dear Diary, November 1st. For the first time in 3 years, I had fun on Halloween. Jack's family was hosting a big party, and a lot of people came, even Alex. Jack and I went as vampires. We danced for a long time and we were given the Best Couples Costume Award. I was embarrassed, but Jack was okay with it, so I guess it wasn't so bad. He even pretended to bite my neck. He smells really nice. I really like Jack. He's so nice to me. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. Alice wants to be my friend again. We'll be an unstoppable trio. At the very bottom of the page, there's small handwriting. I think I'm seeing things. I can see shadows moving in the corner of my eye. There's a photo with this entry. Two young men smiling at a lovely girl in those tacky store-bought costumes. Against him, she's as pale as white snow in moonlight. And he's dark, like midnight dark. The other boy was also pale, but not as much as she was. They're so happy. But there's something about this that makes me nervous. Something about the boy's eyes. It doesn't seem right. On the back she wrote Jack, Alex, and me. Dear Diary, November 16th. More people have been disappearing without a trace. Mom and Dad are really worried. They're thinking of homeschooling me. Jack said he would protect me from whoever was doing this. I feel a little safer with that in mind. Jack gave me flowers today, but the weirdest part was what it was tied with. I thought it was a yellow silk ribbon, but it was hair. Human hair. The same color as Jessica. I don't know if I should be worried or not. Jack is so kind. I hope he would never do anything bad. Dear Diary, November 30th. There's something wrong. Jack, he's scaring me. Been telling me that no matter what happens, we'll be friends. He said he'll do anything to keep me happy. Jack, The rest of this page is distorted. I think she was crying. Dear Diary, January 20th. The missing people are piling up. 13 so far. Jack said that he would protect me from whoever is doing this. And I think I'm getting worse. I can hear voices. They sounded so warm, but worried. They keep telling me to go to the woods, the one behind the school. Should I tell anyone? Dear Diary, March 3rd. My mother found my diary, and she admitted me to a mental hospital. This hospital is horrible. They kept me in a nasty white room, and they gave me nasty food and pills. It was disgusting. The doctors poked and prodded at me and told me that I was broken. My voices told me that the doctors weren't here to help me, only to help their pocketbooks. They shoved pills down my throat. I would often dream of Jack, but Jack looked weird. I can't explain how. He just did. But then the doctors would wake me, and the cycle would start again. Dream, prod, pills, prod, feed, prod, pills, dream. I stayed for about a month, I think, but I was sent home early and no one would tell me why. I found out later. Someone had killed my mother while my father was on a business trip. The killer then used her blood to draw hearts all over the faces in our photos. He also wrote, "Bring her back." I'm scared, but Jack came over as soon as he saw me come out of the car. I missed him so much. I need to go take my medicine now. Dear Diary, March 6th. There are now 27 missing people. I went to my mother's funeral. My father was away on business. He has been since I got home, but I didn't cry. The pills did numb me to everything. The voices told me that I should take a walk in the woods. I was thinking about it when Jack told me it was time to go. He was living with me to keep me safe until the killer was caught. I asked if we could take a walk in the woods. He looked almost scared. He rushed me onto his bike and we went home. I wonder why he looked so scared. Dear Diary, March 14th. Jack makes me feel so safe. He's been so kind to me. But the woods have been tempting me. I want to go, but Jack won't let me. He's been very protective of me, almost paranoid. Won't let me go out on my own unless someone's with me. But this morning I woke up with blood on my hands and on the windowsill. Am I doing all this? Dear Diary, March 30th. There was more blood this morning. And on the way to school, someone had drawn a bloody arrow on one of the trees in the wooded area. I need to investigate, but how can I get away without him finding out? Dear Diary, April 4th. Alex and I asked our biology teacher if we can do a forest scavenger hunt. He said yes, during which I managed to slip away from the group. I followed the red arrows, and I found a little house. It was stained a dark shade of brown. Or was it red? I used to roam those woods like I was the queen when I was little, and I don't remember it ever being here. Maybe a hunter built it. I feel like I've been there before, though, and it's not fear I'm feeling for the hut. I feel a warm feeling. The same feeling I get around Jack. I saw the door open, and I hid in the bushes. Someone walked out of the hut. It looked like a man, and he was holding Mother's wedding dress. What is going on? After he left, I went to the door and tried to open it. It was locked. Maybe I can find another way in later. Dear Diary, April 14th. Father's back, but I think he's not happy to be here. When he's here, he's asleep or drinking. And when he's not here, he's at the bar or doctors getting weird meds. I miss my daddy. This man isn't my daddy, just the show. Oh yeah, before I forget, I asked Jack if he had seen anyone wandering around the forest. He seemed scared. He asked me to stay away from the woods. I wonder why. When I tried to ask him, he changed the subject. I went to check on Dad earlier. It was kind of disturbing. He was wearing my mother's favorite dress and crying hysterically. I wish everything were back to normal. Dear Diary, April 30th. My daddy went missing. He never made it to the airport, but just before he went missing, Jack told me he would make it all better. I wonder what he meant by that. Jack and Alex have been acting very strange. They're all jumpy and they don't like to talk about the woods. Alex never used to be afraid of the woods. He went on many adventures together in those woods. Alex used to be my friend too, but that changed once he started dating Jessica in the 7th grade. I hope Alex is okay. I pray that Jack and Alex have nothing to do with this. Dear Diary, May 6th. I had a weird dream. I went into the hut late at night, the one deep in the woods. I found the 13 of the missing people. Someone had hacked off their arms and legs and put them into a star formation, using the blood to write strange symbols. But the torsos were pulled open and filled with something black. Heads still attached, they were all bald, while they stared lifelessly at the ceiling. I puked where I was standing, and the smell. God, the smell. I thought I heard someone walk in. I got yanked back by the hair. I tried to look at whoever was holding my hair, but they kept my head straight. I felt a pinch like a needle on my neck. Everything went black. I'm starting to think it wasn't a dream. My running shoes are caked in mud, red and black goo. I pray to God that it was a dream. Wow, I think I'm going to be sick. That just sounds disgusting. I can only imagine what it smells like. Dear Diary, May 20th. Alex and Jack are hiding something. I have to find out what it is. And that's it for this day? Usually she writes more. This later entry is barely legible. It's so shaky and blotted with tears. Dear Diary, May 26th. I found out what the boys are doing. I followed them to the hut, and they were doing a ritual, I think. Jack and his parents were there, and Alex was laying in the circle. And they were talking. And then Alex, oh God, Alex, he was floating, and the black goo, it was ripping him apart and then putting him back together. But the scariest part is that he was smiling and talking normally, like nothing was happening. I have to ask him about it in the morning. I need sleep. Dear Diary, May 31st. Alex and Jack apparently saw me spying and happily explained. They were explaining what I saw was a ritual for an almost immortality. Well, I say almost. They can still be killed, but they won't age beyond 25, ever. But they have to hide their true forms. Their true forms are almost doll-like. They are sewn together at the joints with the goo. There was also goo keeping their jaws attached and keeping their chest cavities together when they were sewn into the ribs, as well as sewn up like in the movies. Coroner's cross is what I call it. Alex told me it hurt a little, but like a doctor giving him a shot. They want me to do it too. Alex said that he could hold my hand while it happened. So we can always be together as playmates, or anything we wanted. I'm scared, excited, happy, and depressed at the same time. I'm going to take my meds. I need to think. Dear Diary, June 1st. I'm going to say yes. I want to be with my best friends forever. We can be happy together. I can't wait. I can hear the doorbell. I'll be back in a minute. The people from the picture, they were at my door, and I was given a fruit basket. They welcomed me to the neighborhood. They were so lovely and sweet. I want to be their friend. Maybe we can be friends. Or best friends.